Well, hello and welcome to Module 5. It is Memorial Day weekend, so I hope that you are getting some time to relax and rest, and hopefully you got some good weather where you're at. It's been raining here in Indiana for the last few weeks, so we're hoping for some sunshine this weekend. Wanted to get you started on Module 5, and so we will jump in with that. Couple of things that I just wanted to point out from week 4. Really a couple of things from the discussion post that I thought captured some of the work that you were doing and some of the conversations that were happening really well. One was from Stephanie, and I really just like how Stephanie captured here the mentality of the work that you did comparing the deficit model to the asset model. And shifting the focus from what's wrong with us to what's right with us. And I really like this this last line that she cited, which said, even though there may be problems, sometimes very serious ones, there are untapped resources and capacities inherent in every individual, organization, or community that can be used to improve current conditions. That's what we're here for. I thought that summarized so well what we're working towards and looking at. What can we do as an individual, as a teacher? What can we do as our schools to really look at focusing around an asset-based approach? And I thought you all did a nice job of summarizing that shift in thinking as we work with others and how we can get to focus more on an asset-based approach. Also, I thought Christine, in her post, when she was doing that shift from deficit model to asset model, thinking about kids from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and I just really liked this citation that she referenced, where she talked about studies show that high-performing teachers can overcome the problem of underperforming kids. And, I think so many of us, whether it's sitting in the teacher's lounge at lunch or talking after school, you hear teachers that will say or that will blame kids' backgrounds for their lack of performance at school and kind of throw their hands up in the air. Oh, they come from a bad neighborhood. They come from a bad background. The parents aren't involved. We've all heard those comments, and I thought Christine summarized nicely this ASCD resource, which says exactly what we know. If we didn't believe this quote, why would we be here? Why would you be working on special education licensure? Why would we make focusing on underperforming kids or kids with disabilities a focus of our profession? And so I just think it's really important that as we're growing and as we're learning, that we are helping those around us shift their thinking. A good teacher can do a lot regardless of the background of a student if we have that mindset that we can help kids become higher performing. So I appreciated those quotes or those discussion posts and just wanted to highlight those because they summarize so much of the good work that you did over the course of the week. So this week there are a few videos that I just wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction in. One of your activities this week, assignments, is to do a lesson plan, and there's a template in Canvas that you can follow. And so I wanted to give you some background information obviously you all have done many lesson plans in your career, but to think about how some different ways to approach lesson planning that look at the challenges of print media when we think about our kids with disabilities. We've already spent time learning more about universal design for learning, so there's a video that talks about how we can think about different access points to the curriculum. I also included a video and a website link to a lesson plan creator. Now, this is not the template for your assignment, but it's just a resource that might be helpful for you. So the video is real short. It's just a couple of minutes from an organization here in Indiana called Pattens. And Pattens specifically focuses on assistive technology in schools and helping teachers use technology to differentiate their instruction. And so the video gives you a little bit of an introduction, and then there's also the website link where you can look at their lesson plan creator and how it operates. So the purpose of that is really just to give you a different perspective as you think about pulling a lesson plan into the template that's provided in Canvas. Then also thinking about gifted students is a part. The main reading assignment for this week is the chapter that's about teaching students who are gifted. And so there's a couple of videos that are included just to get you thinking about gifted students. That's not an area that I have much experience as a teacher, so I found these videos interesting. I also thought the one thing that's important to know is, several of the other areas that we've talked about, there is federal legislation governing education of students with disabilities, civil rights, governing students with learning English as a new language. There is no federal legislation governing the education provided to our gifted students. So it varies widely by district. And even it could be between schools. And so it's just a very interesting concept that you can learn more about through these videos and through the reading. And I also included a video that focuses on twice exceptional students, so our students who may be gifted but also have a disability. Because again, that's an area I don't have a lot of experience in, but it is a situation that we know that we will experience as we go through our teaching career, and how to accommodate students that are coming at us with both of those situations, being gifted but also having some kind of a disability. So this week you've got a couple of things that you're working on. The main assignment in Canvas is to read chapter 13, which is teaching students with special gifts and talents. There's also a discussion post where you're going to identify 3 apps or applications that you think can be useful to help differentiate, again, thinking towards that assignment that you're working on of the lesson planning assignment, things that you might find helpful as you are working on that and meeting the needs of a diverse classroom that is outlined for you in that assignment. The assignment does reference 3 other chapters in the book, chapter 12, 14, and 15. You will read those later on in the next couple of weeks, so you don't necessarily need to read them all the way through, but there might be some resources in those chapters that you want to review as you're working on the lesson planning assignment, specifically because one of those chapters, I think it's 14, is specific to elementary special education classroom instruction, and 15, I believe, is the secondary chapter. So if you're designing a lesson plan along those lines, you might want to just at least look at some of the resources in those chapters as you are completing that assignment. Finally, this is not listed as an assignment in Canvas, so this won't pop up as a reminder for you. But I would like, if you could email me, and I'd like you to just answer 2 questions. You can either email me directly, or you can send me a message in Canvas. Either is fine. I just would like to know by the end of the week what has been the most beneficial part of this class so far. What do you feel like is helping you the most with your teaching? And then the second question is, in the next 3 weeks, because that's really all the time that we have left, what specific areas would you like to better understand? I know some of you have mentioned you'd like more study into specifically the IEP. So if there's anything like that that you think, okay, in the time that's left in this class, I really want to get a better understanding of this, I want to know that. So if you could send me a message answering just those 2 questions, I would appreciate it. That would help me as I'm crafting what we're going to work on as we wrap up this course. So that is it. Again, I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And I know we are wrapping up school here in my school district after Memorial Day, so our students are done on Thursday, and so it's a busy week for us here, and I'm sure if you haven't wrapped up school, it's a busy week for you as well. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work this week. Thanks a lot.